Welcome to How Can I Wear That Fashion and Beauty Talks. This is episode 1. My name is Tamara and I'm a personal stylist. I answer all your questions on style trends and how to style with purpose. I'm really thrilled to have this series now come over to my YouTube channel, and today's guests are Jordan and Rachel from So Over Luxury Consignment. I was really thrilled to be able to interview both of them to learn more about luxury consignment, sustainability, and also learning more about their story. They share some exciting news of what is to happen both online and offline for their business. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to How Can I Wear That community. Today on Fashion and Beauty Talks, we have the wonderful Jordan and Rachel from So Over Luxury Consignment, and they're joining us from Winnipeg. Looks really beautiful. Welcome, ladies.
Thanks so much.
So tell us a little bit about yourselves and what it is that you do.
Take it away, Jordan. We are two BFFs. Our birthdays are a day apart. We'll be 30 right away, so
Jordan reminded me mine's in 11 days the minute I woke up, so thanks.
We have always been fashion obsessed, designer brand sort of obsessed as well, and there was really a gap in Winnipeg for that market for repurposing and for consignment. So after Rachel was living in the States for many years and got to be an expert at consigning her own pieces, we realized that we could probably try this out ourselves as a hobby, and it quickly turned into a business. With the support of our community, we were able to expand across Canada within a year and a half. So I was shipped off to Vancouver and operate private appointments full time. And Rachel was back and forth from Toronto. We also spent a couple months in Calgary. So our HQ is here in Winnipeg, and our new store, which is very exciting, that we designed and renovated to be our dream store. And we operate pop-ups and private appointments and sort of white glove luxury service for a luxury consignment brand that we created, So Over It.
Well, that was said so eloquently. And I've heard that before because Jordan, you and I have actually met in person, which was such an awesome experience. And I really love the fact that you guys, started something in Winnipeg. And, what was the idea to start in Winnipeg? Like, if you can kind of expand on that.
Well, I think we had traveled a fair amount ourselves and were aware of the fact that consignment did exist elsewhere, and it was picking up and gaining momentum. Being in retail myself for many years prior to launching So Over It with Jordan in 2017, we realized that we did have the clientele in Winnipeg of all places. Some people would sort of see Winnipeg as just this kind of dot on the map right in the center of Canada, like what fashion is coming out of that city. But really we knew, and we had faith in the clientele that we already knew through retail to catch on and sustain that type of business. So I guess prior to launching, we knew that we would have that support. We knew there were people searching for it. We knew we had people interested in consigning. There just really, quite honestly, was nowhere to do so. So for us, it was this little light bulb moment. Let's bring this to Winnipeg, something that doesn't exist, and started ourselves. Kind of went into it 2 feet, what do they say? Full speed ahead, 2 feet in the water. But we just kind of
in head first, right? Didn't know if it was shallow or deep. You just went for it.
Good at these
We're not
one-liners.
so much head first. We're more like a couple toes and then like feel it out and then maybe the dive.
Yeah. But I remember when we started and we just sort of, and I look back at our 20-something selves, and there was not a lot of fear and just sort of, let's take this risk and we'll see what comes of it. Not a lot of hope or expectation involved. And it just sort of snowballed into this idea that was really necessary, and that was gaining momentum each and every month that went by. So yeah,
We don't like to use the word lucky. I think that you build your own luck, but we do feel lucky in the sense that we, sent our initial email out to friends and family. This is what we're doing. And we thought that we would launch with maybe 80 products, and we launched with just over 200. So
Wow.
it started off hot, and then we just really kept momentum, and our whole mantra is, stay authentic. Our brand shifts with us, and that's what we care about. And we went from the kind of fun, loving, bubbly, this is exciting, to longevity and sustainability, and what does this brand really mean to us for the future, and how do we participate in our the circular fashion movement. And we really dove head first into it, and here we are.
Well, you definitely have some beautiful pieces. And I think, they always say that there's that diamond in the rough, right? So you just got to take it for what it is and run with it. With that being said, I want to hear, who is like a fashion brand or a style icon that you really idolize or you're constantly inspired by?
I mean, yeah, we've kind of touched on this briefly. We like to say we're surrounded by the fashion designers that people look up to each and every day at So Over It, being that we that's the product that we carry. That's our bread and butter. We are always searching and having items consigned from the brands that we look to most. So for us, we've definitely zeroed in and become more sustainable over the years. As launching a sustainable company, it's only been natural that we, as the owners, create more sustainable ways in our daily lives. So for us, I think we've zeroed in, and Jordan writes all of our blog posts. So one was sustainable, connected to sustainability, and she mentioned a lot of sustainable high-end designers that you would really be surprised are sustainable at all. I know that everybody knows Stella McCartney and a lot of other, they've created sustainable fashion for years, and the brand has always incorporated sustainability into their collections and the fabric that they use and the way they source their fabric. So but really we just
we are always dreaming of Chanel, and we are big Prada enthusiasts, and so these are the brands that we are lucky enough to really just be surrounded by all day, and work with and receive from people and sell. So we feel lucky in that sense. And then we work with amazing fashion icons locally and from every city, women that we do interviews ourselves with, or that we use as brand ambassadors. And we really, when we first launched, we did a model call out. We never used models. Hired models. We always just used like our friends and family and young girls and older women, and whoever really was like, yeah, I can take an hour of my day and hang out with you guys. So we love using, and using is probably not the right word, but working with local talent and influencers and amazing different kind of fashion enthusiasts in their own sense. So yeah, we really do feel like we're surrounded by our kind of, it's our dream job basically.
Well, it's really nice to be able to bring, the people that are already around you. I think, it makes it that much more fun. It makes it more relatable, but also it's just engaging, and it makes it inclusive, right? I think fashion's supposed to be fun and, get a little crazy with it and do things that you wouldn't normally do. And to have like other people and different perspectives come in, I think really showcases, like you had mentioned, a brand's authenticity, right? It's not just, these are our beautiful people, these are the things that you're dreaming of. Doesn't necessarily mean you can have it, but I like that it's, more inclusive, right? And that's what fashion should be. And it's slowly making its way in that direction, but it's, it's had its own hiccups in the past, but I love that as a brand, that's what you really stand for. And I think you guys already touched on this as well, like speaking about, where it's not so much where your products are made, because you're getting this from, you're consigning the items. Can you talk a little bit about your consignment process with everyone?
Absolutely. I mean, for us, it's a very organic, natural process because we've kind of created it to be that way, meaning that when we do have a storefront that's open to the public, which we're very much looking forward to, we have an open door policy, meaning drop-offs are welcome at any time. If someone requires an appointment to book in, that can be arranged. We definitely suggest that for appointments that involve items like over 10 or so, just so that we can allow for individual attention and to go through the process in a seamless way. But yeah, basically inquiries can be made through email, Instagram, or through a phone call. And then all booking can be done online. So we actually, through COVID, shifted our business completely online so that we could operate the same way that we would without being able to physically touch or come into a store, but everything was operational online. So through our link in our bio and through our website, you can book an appointment, and we, instead of in-store appointments or us visiting you in your house, which is something we also offer, it's all over the phone and FaceTime. So the same way that you would be showing us your items in person, it was just over FaceTime like we are now with you, or over the phone. And then we would follow up with an email with all the information needed, and then proceed with pricing your items, and then waiting on the final approval from the consignor. So it's really quite simple. And Jordan is very much used to this. It's her daily life in Vancouver, meeting with people and clients and getting product. And so we just sort of cater it to the city we're in, and even out of province, we like to make this super simple so people want to consign in Winnipeg. We always say the market in Winnipeg is super desirable. We don't have a department store in sight other than, the Bay, where you can get great quality items, you just can't get designers. So for us, we are one of the only and largest suppliers of designer items, so that is super appealing in itself.
Our whole thing is really, moving forward, luxury should be attainable. It's also for the kind of economically, everyone should be able to invest in amazing quality pieces. So whether we are putting young professionals on a payment plan so they can have the Chanel bag that they want to take to work every day, we will make that happen. So everything is really, we want luxury to be attainable, and we want it to be efficient, and selling pieces that you've invested in should be easy. It shouldn't be stressful. You should be able to, you've paid money for this, you've loved it, you've cared for it. Now put it into trusting hands and then make your investment back. So efficiency is really our number one. Our customer service is on it. We have an amazing team, and we really pride ourselves on that. So we want to maintain our reputation, and as we grow, you shift to be able to handle that. And that's what we've learned with COVID, and we're just trying to keep that going. And we want people to be happy. And I think we're, business to business, but also consumer to business. And so there's a lot of moving parts. And as long as we can keep our customers happy and our buyers happy, then we're two happy Leos.
I love it. And what has really changed for you for 2020? Obviously, you don't have that same interaction, person to person. Now everything's done online. Are there things that you're going to carry forward that you've learned and taken from 2020 to move forward with your business?
Absolutely. COVID, we've talked about this in length together, but COVID, having to shift and really go with the flow and take kind of the hits as they come, it really taught us, a ton. It would take hours to go through everything that we've learned over the past couple months, but online presence has been huge. Instagram, customer service, kind of shifting what our priorities are and what people from different cities need from us and what we can do. I think that these are important things, whether you're in a pandemic or not, and let's hope that we are not very soon. So I think that a lot of things that we've learned, and how to ask for help, no one was expecting this. And I think our clients kind of learned that too. Like, we're here for you. So what can we do to help you with this process? It's stressful. People are going through their closets. Everybody is kind of sporadically, do I sell? Do I buy? What do I do? So it's really just been like, go with the flow and take things as they come, and don't stress too hard. And learning to ask for help has been a good one. And this is all happening while we were gutting our new store and renovating. And so we've been rebranding, and now we feel ready more than ever. Like, this is the new us. You'll see in a couple weeks, we will be launching, I guess, our new branding, and it's this elevated experience, and our new store is all about experience. And I think now more than ever, that's so important. Like, people are craving experiences, and now we're ready to offer it. So yeah, we want to take the lessons we learned and bring it into the new store, and and just we're really excited. We're really excited.
Well, 2020 I think has definitely had a lot of challenges, but I think a good challenge is the best way to grow, right? You can really, see everything for what it is. And this is where you're like, you start to make cuts for yourself as well, right? Thinking the things that are working, things that aren't, and just like you said, going with the flow and, take it for what it is, right? And I'm sure, luxury, consignment, it really is a beautiful thing. I mean, I love your Instagram feed. Every time something comes up, I'm like, of course I want it.
We always say
that's the point.
Follow at your own risk.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. Like, definitely follow your own risk, but it's, I've always said, like, you can have like your designer pieces, but there's also an aesthetic that comes with it, right? And the way you guys put everything together is so beautifully done. And it's just like, yes, I definitely am a fan and want obviously everything. I
was going to say, story is just as George was talking about 2020 and sort of what's come of that and this year so far, it's really, aside from prioritizing and trying to realizing what's important to spend your time on, when you have a storefront that's unable to operate and your doors are closed and there's nothing you can do about it, you immediately shift to what can we put our time into. So for us, it was shifting to online, and how can we strengthen that? And I think being open full time, kind of, we had a lack of hours left in the day, so we didn't have enough time to spend online and strengthen that. And so it forced us to strengthen the online and little kinks that we had that we didn't realize, or how can we reach out of province or international clientele, and curate to those people and make it easy for them to consign or to shop. So for us, it was a positive. Like, for us to be able to have an open slate, a day where we could be on our computers, like that's a positive thing. Like, gone are the soon,
right?
Well, exactly. So
especially with us,
we're very lucky again to have that opportunity. To maybe we did need to put more time into the website all along, or into the online, and we just didn't have the time to do so. So yeah, that's how I sort of see it. And I know Jordan does too.
Well, I mean, from the moment I met Jordan and heard your story, I mean, I've definitely been a fan, but I want to know, because this is always my favorite question. You both really are so driven and passionate, and I love your energy. You're both very well spoken as well, I must admit. I'm just really admiring this whole conversation. What is something about the both of you, like, personally, that people don't really know about you? Like, something funny, quirky, or something like totally random?
Well, George, we experienced last night at her cottage with her family. She did a personal wine tasting with all of us. So she is a wine expert and has done training for years. And I mean, I think in her next life would be a world-renowned somm.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's in my next life.
But it really was, it is amazing. And there's so much to be, to learn about wine and pairing. And so, I don't know, you can say what yours is, but.
That's so nice. Yeah, that is a funny, yeah, that is an interesting fact that I don't think a lot of people will know. We don't really talk about that in our blogs. And then Rachel, I think too, is like, Rachel is I don't know how she learns any more than she's already learning, but Rachel will be an authenticator of luxury items come 2021, which we don't talk about either, but that's amazing because we outsource, we just told each other's, but
yeah,
we outsource when we have to authenticate. And we realized we are constantly taking courses and learning and trying to get different sort of licenses for ourselves. and we believe in obviously educating ourselves and keeping up with the times. So anything that we need to know, we're involved in all of the fashion journals. So we're like, let's be authenticators. So Rachel is taking an amazing course out of New York, and she'll be an authenticator. So we'll have an in-house authenticator. Like, she doesn't have enough on her plate come next year. So that's kind of a fun.
But what will be really cool is once we get the level of education under our belt, which is totally something that will complement our business, having to outsource authentication and pay for that to make sure that our bags are, and our incoming inventory are all authentic and pieces. You'd be surprised at the replicas that are floating around. I mean, those, when a bag is popular, it's bound to happen, but it'll be nice to be able to pass that knowledge on to our anyone coming on into the company. And we aspire to, create.
Do it all.
We'll just do it all.
We'll do it all. I think that it goes along with really, we loved fashion and we loved luxury brands, and we loved the longevity of them. Having a Prada bag that someone consigns from the 1950s that's in 9 out of 10 condition, where that's why we're anti-fast fashion, obviously, but we've really just we've become so driven to learn all about sustainability, and we got really into fashion sustainability, and then we were like, whoa, okay, so we should be composting, so we should be recycling more, we should be talking to our friends about it, we should be blogging about it. There's so much you can do. I mean, the textile industry is like a trillion dollar industry, which I like just saying that word, but I mean, if you can imagine what $1 trillion is, how many piece garments that is, it's hundreds of millions that goes into landfills. Mm-hmm. Can't you cut your jeans into shorts? Come to our studio nights. We'll show you how, and we'll have local women come in and show you how. You don't think that you can afford to buy something secondhand that's a luxury product? Great, come to our studio nights. We have a women in finance night. So we really feel the importance, and we try to blog about this, but it might not be something that people really know about us as the founders. We are 100% involved, have our hands in every piece, and Rachel still runs our Instagram. She won't give it up because we just really believe in, like, this is us, this is what we care about. And I think that you might too. And if you are, come on board, and we're here for you, and we'll support you, and we'll educate you too. So we've really just we've become more passionate than we ever thought possible. And it's really exciting because there's endless opportunities and growth.
For sure.
So that's me ranting. That's my, don't go to dinner with Rachel and Jordan. They won't stop talking about recycling.
Well, but you know what? I think it's such a great conversation to have. I mean, I definitely have, friends who repurpose items and, are really creative in what it is they do. Like, I have this little pom-pom that's repurposed fur from a friend of mine, and I love it, right? I mean, I still have some of my Nona's clothes that she had personally made for her.
I love that.
There's a lot of sentimental value, but I love just the passion. So obviously we need to talk more aside from this interview because I can go in deep about it as well, but I love just listening to the both of you talk, but also, what you are, and you are your brand. You can hear it. I love every moment of this. Now, where can everybody find you?
So our new store in Winnipeg is at 782 Corden Avenue, down the street from our old one. We're on Instagram at So Over It Shop, and Facebook. We don't have a Twitter. We're elder millennials, so we don't know how. Maybe one day. And we are our website. Yeah, sooveritshop.com. And, email, call. You have questions?
Subscribe to our emails. That's, yes. I think, where we're very active. You'll get first access to the hot goss, as we like to put it. And
no spam. You don't spam.
Yeah.
And Spotify. Follow So Over It.
We have custom playlists.
Curated playlists.
Every Monday we do our top 5 songs and Jordan's updating our playlist constantly, and it's always playing in the background in our new studio. It will be, and it was in our old, so
we're all over the place.
Beautiful. So everyone will be able to find all of the details in the description. Again, Jordan and Rachel, thank you so much for this. This was awesome. Remember, everyone, you can join us every Wednesday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at How Can I Wear That? Fashion and Beauty Talk. Again, thank you so much, ladies. It was an honor.
Yay! Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
It was such a pleasure to interview both Jordan and Rachel from So Over Luxury Consignment. If you want to learn more about them, you can find all of the details below. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And like always, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button to join me every week for new videos. And like I always say, it's not about who you wear, but how you wear it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.